Welcome everybody to an unboxing of the latest Columbia Noir box set from Indicator, and it is Columbia Noir number 6, which is based around the entire series of the Whistler films. 8 films produced between 1944 and 1948, and yeah, I've only seen 2 of these because these are a debut on Blu-ray in the UK in particular. So yeah, I've been really looking forward to this box set because I kind of enjoyed the 2 films that I've seen already. But even more so is the reason I've been looking forward to this box set is that 4 of the 8 films have been directed by William Castle, who, as you can see, I'm a fan of, with a box set up there. Not saying that everything that I've seen from him have been a favourite of mine. The Volume 2 box set, which followed up the box set up there, 3 of the 4 out of that I wasn't particularly a fan of. But there was one in there that I really enjoyed, and I've got the standard edition of that, which was released alongside this box set. So expect a review of that at some point. So yeah, 8 films across 4 discs, and we get a really rather gigantic booklet to go alongside them, and a whole host of extras on the discs themselves. But I'll save going through the extras on the discs for when I do the review of each individual film. But yeah, we'll still look at the booklet and whatnot. So yeah, first there's a box, which I really rather like the artwork. So the Whistler himself is the guy that introduces each individual story, as none of these have any connecting tissue outside of him. And yeah, he basically introduces the story, whistling, walking down a dark street or alley, uh, introduces the story, and then off you go onto a different story for each entry in the series. Really like the colour that I've gone with as well. As you can see with the other Columbia Noir ones up here, we've got yellow, orange, red, blue and grey. So it's nice to have another colour to go alongside those. Not sure why they've jumped back to Columbia Noir, given that they were recently released 2 of the Universal Noir box sets, which unfortunately are a little bit out of shot. But yeah, maybe those Universal Noir ones didn't sell particularly well. Me personally, I didn't find them to be as good as the Columbia Noir box sets, but I still found them to be enjoyable. So it is kind of weird that they've jumped back to Columbia Noir. So whether or not we're going to get any more from Universal, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, first film in the 8 films is The Whistler from 1944. So this, or 7 of the 8, by the way, star a guy called Richard Dix, who unfortunately died not long after the conclusion of this series. And yeah, like I said, 4 of them are directed by William Castle, being the first being this one. And he also did the second film, also from 1944, The Mark of the Whistler. So 2 in a row from William Castle there. So yeah, the first one clocks in at 60 minutes long, and the second one clocks in at 62 minutes long. Not a single film in this box set is longer than 67 minutes. So yeah, all relatively short, but I kind of like it for that. And then from 1945, we have The Power of the Whistler, directed by Lou Landers, who I've seen a couple of films from before. That clocks in at 67 minutes long, so it's the longest film in the box set. And then we have The Voice of the Whistler, again directed by William Castle. So not sure if I've seen anyone else in these films outside of Richard Dix, who I've seen in films before, but yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen any from any of the other people that are involved. Then we have Mysterious Intruder, also directed by William Castle, which clocks in at 62 minutes long. And then we have Secret of the Whistler, which is directed by George Sherman. I've seen a couple of his films before as well. And Secret of the Whistler clocks in at 65 minutes long. So, yeah, all fairly good in terms of the lengths. I think it's kind of a lost art these days of films being way too long, and yeah, and we don't have enough short films like these anymore. Then, 7th film, we have The 13th Hour. As you'll see, they had to market it as a Whistler picture because, well, it doesn't have the Whistler name in it, unlike most of the other ones. Although Mysterious Intruder didn't, and I don't think they marketed. Yeah, they also marketed that as a Whistler picture. This is directed by William Clemens, who I've not seen anything else from before, and it clocks in at 66 minutes long. And finally, we have The Return of the Whistler, the only one not to star Richard Dix, clocks in at 63 minutes long. and is directed by D. Ross Liederman, who again I've seen a couple of other films from before. So yeah, there's only one director out of the what five that I've not seen anything from before. Half of them are obviously directed by William Castle, so I know I'm in good hands with him. Um, yeah, but the one that I haven't seen anything else from before, I think, is William Clemens. I think that was his name. Hang on. I'm always forgetful with names. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? I know he's somewhere. Uh, yeah, William Clemens. I've not seen anything else from him before, so not entirely sure what he's going to be capable of. But if I enjoy his film, then that just means I'm going to end up wanting to see more of his films, and that's always a good thing. And on top of all of the extras that we get on the discs, which again, like I said, I'll go through when you're reviewing each individual film because there are quite a lot, as you can probably see. But yeah, we'll look at the booklet, which is quite a hefty thing, as you can see. It's not a short one at all, and I really love the pictures that they've used, which get across the whole kind of film noir aspect of this series of films. Really rather nice use of shadows. And yeah, in the booklet we have the cast and the crew for each individual film, all of them listed there just for your convenience. And yeah, and then we have several write-ups throughout as well. So we have Whistling Past the Graveyard, Columbia's Whistler series, and the post-war division of the Everyman by Tim Lucas from 2024. We have The Mystery of the Whistler. Then we have I'm No Ladies Man by Elliot Martin from 1930. Not sure what that's related to, but I guess I'll find out when I read through it. Then we've got Richard Dix, A Gentleman of the Soil by Molly Marsh from 1934. Then we got Dix Nixed Five Times, but Back by Erskine Johnson from 1944, because apparently Richard Dix was considered, past it as a Hollywood star five whole times, and yet he kept coming back and proving to be successful each time. Then we have film actor Richard Dix dies at 54 from 1949. He actually died at the age of 56, but they've kept the original title of the article in there just for prosperity or whatever. But they do provide a note to say that at the end of the article that he actually died at the age of 56. Then we've got William Castle and the Whistler from 1976. That's part of a bio, self-titled, a self-written memoir from William Castle, which came out only a couple of years before he died. And we've got It's Murder, It's Your America, Big Words by Jeff Billington from 2024, about the presentations and indicator credits on top of all of that. So, yeah, you get a whole host of pictures from each of the films in this. Not sure which one that one's from. I guess I'll find out when I eventually watch the films. Obviously, like I said, I have seen two of these films before, The Whistler and Mysterious Intruder, but it was a while ago since I've seen them, so I can't really remember that much about them, but I am looking forward to revisiting them. So, yeah, The Whistler, The Power of the Whistler, Voice of the Whistler, Mysterious Intruder, The Secret of the Whistler, The 13th Hour, and The Return of the Whistler were sourced from Sony's HD remasters. The film's original mono soundtracks were remastered at the same time. The Mark of the Whistler was sourced from Sony's standard definition master. So that's, yeah, not going to be the best out of the bunch, but 1 out of 7, 1 out of 8 even is not too bad. So yeah, and I'm sure it'll still have some clarity to it that is a lot better than whatever was available before. Then we've got It's Murder, was transferred in high definition from a 35mm fine grain master composite print by the US National Archives and Records Administration, or NARA. And then It's Your America was transferred in high definition from a 35mm duplicate negative, also by NARA. So, yeah, what are those? Curious as to what they are about. 106 is the page. So, It's Murder is a 9-minute long short film in black and white from 1944, produced by Columbia on behalf of the Office of War Information It's a brief propaganda film that is narrated by a recently deceased soldier named Tom Blair. In flashback, we learn how the loose talk of Blair and his neighbours during a home visit is overheard by passing fifth columnists who quickly deduce a full invasion plan from the fragments of idle chatter that they pick up. The result is that the Japanese are one step ahead of the invasion force, and so Tom never returns home. So, yes, so I guess that was kind of hard hitting kind of thing going on there. And then it's Your America from 1945, 35 minutes long, black and white, directed by John Ford of all people. Um, It's Your America is presented by a returning soldier played by Arthur Kennedy, who relates his youth as an all-American jerk and his journey to manhood through the aid of his lucky penny. Confused by big words like liberty and democracy and frustrated at being wrenched from his carefree small-town life, Kennedy laments his lot until a brother in arms tells him, "When you understand what's on that penny, you will know America. When you know America, you'll know what you're fighting for." So, yeah, that'll be interesting because I'm a kind of a fan of John Ford, as you can probably see, because there is a box set somewhere behind me. Although you probably can't see it. No, I can't even. Where is it? There. So yeah, kind of I'm a fan of John Ford, so I'll be interested to see what that one's like. But yeah, there are obviously way more extras than just those two there, but they're included because they are at the end of the day technically films in their own right, so that's why they have their own credits like the other 8 films in this box set. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing these the 6 that I've not seen before. Looking forward to revisiting the 2 that I have seen because I did enjoy them at the end of the day, and it would be nice to see them with a better remaster because the versions that I watched online were not particularly great. So yeah, going to be interesting to see what the whole series is like, and yeah, see which is going to be the best of the bunch. So yeah, if you have seen any of the films in the Whistler series, then I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. But if you haven't and you're into your film noirs, then I'm sure you will enjoy them because I know for certain that I'm going to. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.